First, it was home buyers feeling the pinch of being priced out. Now sellers are wondering what the future holds with prices being cut to make the sale. Lane Lyon joins us now, realtor managing broker at Coldwell Banker. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on. So the inflation report came out today. It showed numbers that were better, but not great. So the economy is still struggling. So where's the housing market in all of this?
Well, we're calling it normalizing. We're calling it cooling. We're feeling the change.
Yep.
One of the things we're not calling it is crashing, though, and I think that's important. I actually like to think of our housing market kind of like an oven. It got heated up to broil for about a year and a half. It was really, really hot. And now we're sitting at a cool 325 degrees. How does that sound?
That's
not too bad. In all seriousness, though, the interest rates are having an impact, and we are feeling a change here in the Denver market and across the country when it comes to the housing market. Buyers have backed off to some degree. Sellers not seeing as many offers, and some property is taking longer to sell. And that is leading to some price reductions out there, especially homes that factored in what their neighbors sold for 3 or 4 months ago, Natasha, and then they use that to decide what to list their house at now.
Yes.
And they're having to make some corrections.
So for someone looking to sell their house, is it a good time now to sell? Should they wait? What do you think?
It's a question that we're getting a lot. Should we just wait till the spring at this point?
Right.
And I have 3 things you should know. If you're thinking about selling, maybe you want to sell, maybe you need to sell. First of all, number 1, price your home correctly. This is not the time to swing for the fences and try to get something higher. You might end up sitting longer, and that's going to lead to some frustration. Remember, as much as we talk about sellers having to lower their list price, homes in Denver, Natasha, in July actually sold for 11% higher this year compared to last year. So we still have appreciation out there. It's still a seller's market, and we are dealing with low inventory or lower inventory compared to before the pandemic. So there are still good conditions to sell. Whether you should wait or not, I got to tell you, I'm on the side of not waiting.
Okay.
And the reason is we have data. We know how to sell your house now. We know how to get you money and have you make money. We know this correction is going to continue. How long? Not sure. Rates are still going to continue to go up. We've been told that. As far as next spring, are we still going to be leveling off and kind of softening as a market, or are we bouncing back? Just too hard to know for sure.
Yeah. I do have a question about the price correctly point of things. You know, is that something where you recommend getting an appraisal? Should you pull comps to see what other houses have sold for? How do you price correctly?
Well, you have to be very, very aware of the data and know the data you're looking at. Typically, we look at data for the last 6 months to see what sold. Well, 6 months ago, we were on broil.
Right.
Remember?
Things were different.
Exactly. So we're actually looking at what has sold, say, October, November of last year, when things were not so crazy, and
That's
we're factoring
interesting.
that in.
Okay, good to keep that in mind. We keep hearing also that it's a buyer's market. It's a buyer's friendly market. Is that still the case?
Yeah, technically still a seller's market, but I do like this buyer-friendly market. It's about time we're friendlier to buyers who definitely had a harder time.
So much competition.
Oh, and many of them got burned out. So this is the time to come back to the marketplace. 3 quick things to know about that. Just remember, there's less competition out there. Prices are more stable. You're not going to have to go as high. The strategy before was throw money, see if we win a contest. Not the case now as much. And don't forget this word, negotiate.
Right.
Natasha.
We haven't heard that in a long time.
What a concept. It's so old school. But the reality is, if you feel the price is too high, send something in a little lower. You never know, that seller may be planning to reduce the price anyway. And you're in luck.
You never know. All right, Lane Lyon, thank you as always.
Have a great day.
You too.